Alright, what's up guys? I'm not gonna be on here for too long, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna talk about Resident Evil 3 and just talk about Resident Evil in general because I've been watching some reviews for Resident Evil 3 and I wouldn't necessarily say they were pissing me off, but they were more so annoying because a lot of the reviews that I've been hearing for the game have pretty much been the same exact talking points pretty much. And I'll probably get into a few of them as I go along. And I'm just going to be having this video play while I talk about some of the points I've heard from these reviews, and some of them are kind of, in my opinion, a little ridiculous. The first one I'll get into is the whole thing about the game being short. That one is kind of a little annoying to me because it's like some people act like just because a game is short that automatically makes a game bad. Um, I'm pretty sure there's been tons of games that were short, but they were really good games. So just because a game is short doesn't mean that the game itself in general is bad. So that's all I'm saying. Also on top of that, you know, people keep saying that, the game has no replay value and blah blah. But I'm on my third playthrough right now. To me, this game does have replay value because right now I'm working on challenges and all that stuff like that. And right now, I got all three infinite ammo weapons, and all I'm doing now is trying to get an extra 10,000 points or so that way I can actually get the couple of hit pouches that you can get, so that way I can actually be able to store my health items and stuff like that. So, and that's one thing that kind of is a little annoying, is that people act like because you know the game is short, or because you know or because to them there's no replay value, that means it's bad, or that you don't have things here and there that you can do in order to actually give you reason to go back in the game. So, and then what's another point? That they cut out mercenaries, and honestly, in my opinion, that's not that bad of a thing, because like I said, I'm gonna be honest here. I never played the original Resident Evil 3. I've never played the original Resident Evil 2 or 1. But I have played Resident Evil 1 Remake, and I've beaten the Resident Evil 2 Remake. And I will say this, between the three, and I've played 4, 5, and I played a little bit of 6. And here's the thing, man. Honestly, this may shock a few people, but out of all of them, out of all the Resident Evil games that I've played, my favorites are Resident Evil 3 Remake, 5, and 6. Honestly, personally, I think that these games are better because, number one, they don't have puzzles, and that's another thing that people are complaining about, that this game doesn't have puzzles. And in my opinion, I like it. That's one of the reasons why I like this game, is because it doesn't have puzzles. It only has one or two maybe, and that's it. And that's what I like about it. I'm glad there's more action than anything else, because that's one of the few reasons why I like you know why I like 3, 5, and 6. So I never liked 1 because of the puzzles. I never liked 2 because of that too, because it has more puzzles than I would like it to have. And what else did they complain about? The fact that what else? I'm trying to remember exactly what they were saying, because I know they said replay value, no puzzles. Oh yeah, mercenary mode. That's what I was talking about. Me personally, I didn't see that as a big deal, because honestly, when I bought this game, I got what I wanted out of it. So and that was mainly story mode. That was the main thing that I was going to be playing a lot of to begin with anyway. So having having mercenaries not in there is kind of a big deal to me. Plus, that's one of the things about the remake is that there's going to be differences between the two, and it's not everything is going to be exactly the same. Because if everything was exactly the same between this game and the original, then what would be the point of having this one or the original? There'd be no point. There would be no point in having this one because then you could just play the original, and you didn't want to have to play this one. So honestly, that just wasn't that big of a deal to me. Um, but yeah, because whenever I play Resident Evil 5, I don't really touch the mercenaries. I just play the story mode. So in my opinion, I'm not that big of you know, a stickler about it because, I didn't really play the original Resident Evil 3 and I didn't really care about that much. I mean, yeah, I played Mercenaries back in the day when I was, with my brother when we played Resident Evil 5, but nowadays I just play story mode and that's it. I don't really mess with Mercenaries at all. I never really cared about it like that anyway, so so that wasn't a big thing I had with me. Um, and some people are saying that, oh, it should have been, Resident Evil 3 should have been DLC and all this other stuff. Well, I don't really think so, because, like I said, I paid $60 for the game, and I feel like I've, the whole time I've been playing this game, I've gotten my money's worth out of it. I'm on my third playthrough, so, and I've been having fun every time I play it, so I don't really have a big problem with it, but yeah, what else did they complain about? Um, oh yeah, I saw this one video that was like the thumbnail where it's basically saying that, um, it was basically saying that we all got cheated, and I just found that funny. I didn't watch the video, but I saw the thumbnail. That shit was kind of funny to me because, honestly, I don't understand what's up with this whole we shit. You know, honestly, we didn't have any of us who playing the game didn't have any, you know, money invested to the game or any of Capcom stock or any of that crap. So I don't understand what's this we stuff. I mean, I'm 24. I'm pretty much a grown man, so I can pretty much speak for myself. I don't need someone speaking on my behalf. So I don't feel like I got cheated. So I don't understand what's up with this we shit. I just found it stupid. But I don't know what else were they saying that supposedly it was disappointing and all this other stuff. And honestly, I played the game and didn't find it to be disappointing. Um, and I'm just speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for anybody else. But I just I just think the whole thing is kind of stupid. I mean, and then people act like some people. I'm not gonna say all people. I played Resident Evil 2 remake. I beat it, and honestly, I think between the two, in my opinion, I think 3 is better. I think between 3 and 2, 2 is the one didn't like as much. I thought it was way that 2 was worse than 3 in my opinion. Um, because I could just say this right here because of the puzzles, and that's the main thing that to me made it a lot worse. Then it had a lot of puzzles because I told this to my brother that if you just take out the puzzles and you took out all the backtracking that you have to do in 2, the game would probably be just as short as 3, if not shorter, because that's the whole reason why the game is longer anyways, because it has a lot of puzzles and a lot of backtracking. And some people are saying that, oh, if you have Claire A and Claire B and Leon A and Leon B, but in actuality, it's the exact same story mode, just with little differences. And to me, that's just kind of bullshit. It's not really, just because it's 4 different, supposed different campaigns doesn't really mean a whole lot because it's practically you playing the same campaign 4 times. So I just think it's kind of ridiculous in my opinion. But except little slight changes, and I mean, hell, even my brother played Resident Evil 2, and he's played Leon A, Leon B, Claire A, and Claire B, and he pretty much told me it's pretty much the same exact thing. Because after I beat Leon A, I just said, man, fuck it. I'm not gonna do this anymore, man. Because the game annoyed me that much. The same thing with 4. 4 annoyed me that much because I tried playing the game, and so much about that game pissed me off. I just couldn't do it anymore. Because you're basically babysitting this broad the whole time. Have puzzles in it, which I don't like. I hate puzzles. You couldn't tell. And also on top of that, just some of the stuff, some of the enemies were just like fucking ridiculous, man. If you ask me. Um, and I just didn't like 4 either. That's another one I didn't like. I didn't like 1 that much. I didn't really like 1 at all, really. Didn't like 2. Didn't like 4. I only like 3, 5, and 6. So, and it just, a lot of that stuff just really got on my nerves. Um, what else? Let me see. What else did they say about the game? So I covered it was short. They said it was short. They said that it was no mercenaries. Oh yeah, and the clock tower stuff. I don't know. I didn't really care for that stuff, to be honest, because, like I said, I'm not really nostalgic for the original 3, so I don't have any nostalgia or any stuff like that. So honestly, the whole clock tower not being there, not being in the game didn't bother me because at the end of the day, it would have just had more puzzles and that would have pissed me off. So I I personally just don't mind that it wasn't in there. So that's just me. What else? What else was there? Was there any more? I don't really think so. Let's see. Mercenaries, clock tower. Oh yeah, resistance. Let me talk about that for a little bit. I don't really care for resistance because I'm not a multiplayer person. I only care about story mode, and like I said earlier, I got what I wanted out of that. So I don't really care for resistance because I'm just not that big of multiplayer. So I didn't really care for it. So doesn't really matter much to me. Um, so what else did they say? Um, and another problem I had was basically that these people were the basically saying the same thing, the same points over and over again. That kind of really was getting on my nerves because I look at it like this: if you're gonna review a game, at least have it be personalized and be different from what other people are saying. Kind of give your own opinions on it. Um, like for me, when I beat Resident Evil 3, I liked the game. Now, don't get me wrong. There were some things that annoyed me. Like, for example, the part where with Carlos, when you had to basically protect Jill while the guy was hacking the shutters and all that stuff. That part right there annoyed me. But now that I have infinite ammo, it's not as bad because I got the rocket launcher, so it doesn't bother me much. But when I first played it, it annoyed the fuck out of me. So, and that's one thing I did hate about it. So, and also the fact that you had, what else was there? When I first played the game, I kept dying on the lab part, where you had to basically the final boss fight with Nemesis. That part annoyed me because I kept running out of ammo. I kept dying. So, but now that I have infinite ammo, it's not as bad. So, but yeah, that's just how I look at it. But I just think that it's kind of ridiculous that at least if you're going to have a review, at least have it be different than other people's review and have good and bad points. So that's all I'm saying. It just annoys me that people kind of got their panties in a twist about there not being as many puzzles. I think out of all, that kind of got the most reaction of me because it's like that just seems a bit ridiculous. It's like out of all the things to complain at, to criticize, that's one of the criticisms. It just seems a bit ridiculous. Um, but hey, I don't know. Some things are just weird like that. Um, but I look at it like this. Personally, I really enjoyed Resident Evil 3. I felt like I got my money's worth. I felt like, it was, great experience, everything. I had much better time playing Resident Evil 3 than I did playing Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 1, and Resident Evil 4. Now, honestly, in my opinion, Resident Evil 3 Remake is my favorite Resident Evil game of all time. Then it would be Resident Evil 5, and then it would be Resident Evil 6. So that's how I would rank it. So I just think it's kind of ridiculous that honestly 3, 5, and 6 gets the most shit, but honestly, in my opinion, it's the better one out of the bunch that really annoyed me the most. Like 3, 5, and 6 are the ones that annoyed me the least, and the rest of them are the ones that annoyed me the most. So, and I just look at it like this. For me, I always look at Resident Evil like more so about killing zombies and trying to stop the virus and stuff like that. That's how I look at it. I don't really never looked at it, Resident Evil to be like, oh, it's just nothing but solving puzzles and stuff like that. That was never really something I really considered Resident Evil to be. I looked at it more so like, okay, I'm gonna go through and kill zombies and try to help people out and stop the virus. That's what I look at it as. So, but I don't know, man. I just think some of the criticisms, or a lot of them, since all of them are parroting the same criticism, I think a lot of them are really ridiculous, if you ask me. But hey, I mean, they have the right to have the opinion, but still, it just seems really ridiculous to me that everyone was saying the same complaints in the same fashion. It just was really retarded to me. But hey, that's just how I look at it. Um, but hey, I mean, at the end of the day, they can have their criticisms, and I can have my opinion on their criticism. So that's just how I look at it. So um, at the end of the day, I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to cover. I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Yeah, because I don't really think there's much else that I really was there to cover. So um, let me know what you guys think of Resident Evil 3 down in the comments. Um, and what do you think about Resident Evil just in general? Is it your favorite series of video games? Do you like other ones better? Just let me know. But yeah, I just think this whole thing is kind of ridiculous. But that's just how I look at it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get off. Um, I'll probably do a video sometime later on in the future. Maybe I'll just have to see because I'm probably mainly gonna be playing this a lot. So because I need to complete one more challenge, and that's getting like 2,000 zombie kills. So that way I can go ahead and get those hip pouches and be able to carry more health items and stuff. So um, but yeah, I'll try to figure some stuff out. But this will probably be, and this will probably be one of my last videos for a while because I'm gonna try to take care of some other stuff, and then I'll probably come back sometime later. But yeah, thank you guys for watching and stopping by. Definitely appreciate it. Uh, and I'll try to figure out some video ideas to do. So I'll you know, do those whenever I get the time. So I'll see you guys later. Alright, peace.